Is vaping while you drive illegal? Well, I'm in the car here for this video, and a few points to get across. First, I'm not actually driving, the keys are not in the ignition, so no matter what, I'm not breaking the law. Now, there have been a lot of reports in the last few weeks saying that vaping while you're driving is illegal. You can get stuck with a fine, you can get stuck with points, and you can get stuck with a ban. Now, this is within the UK that I'm talking here, which is where I am. I'm sitting on this side of the car. Essentially, there isn't a law in the UK to ban vaping while you drive. It's not a law. It's not against the law to do that. However, what is against the law is not being able to see where you're going. What it actually is you need to be in full and complete control of the vehicle at all times. So if you blow a big cloud of vape, straight in front of you so you can't see out the windscreen, you're not in complete control of the car. So if you're a big cloud chaser like I am, don't do that. All you got to do is crack open the window and breathe it out the window. Couple of quick points. Point number one, if you're going to be vaping when you're driving, you want to be using a mouth-to-lung device that doesn't produce the big epic clouds, purely because there's nowhere for the cloud to go. I've been in the car a little while, I do have the window open, but because I'm not moving, there's no circulation, and it is getting a bit vapey in here. When I'm driving, I tend to use my Kangatech drip box. I'll put a link in the description for my review on that. But that device doesn't produce the big clouds. It's a nice little driving vape. I even call it my driving vape. So that's something to be aware of there for those of you who do want to vape when you're driving. I do. I like that nicotine hit while I'm driving. If you are a big cloud chaser, crack them windows, open them windows, blow it out. I know it's going to get cold, it's going to get wet, but you need to be able to see. Now, the maximums you can get for not being able to, not being in full proper control of your vehicle, it's a £2,500 fine, between 3 and 9 points on your license, and you could even get a ban. So it's not really worth the hassle just to chuck a cloud. Okay, so when you are driving, either open those windows so that you can't, so the cloud's not going to block your view, or switch over to a low cloud producing device for while you're driving. Now, a few other things. We do have a ban here in the UK that means you can't smoke when there's someone in the car under the age of 18. So that's a law for the protection of the kids. Now, there isn't an equivalent law for vaping. There's no law at all about vaping when you're driving. So technically it is legal to vape while you have an under 18 in the car. I wouldn't recommend it. Personally, I don't do it. Whenever I have a child in the car, I don't vape with them in the car. It's just not a good thing. You don't want to be giving that impression to kids anyway, that vaping's a good thing. It's a nicotine replacement. We don't want anyone under 18 vaping. There are reports out there that show that nicotine can have an effect on a developing brain. So it's not recommended for anyone under 18 at any time, and I don't recommend it. I don't recommend anyone recommends it. There are laws in place to stop under 18s being able to purchase these devices and these liquids, and they need to be ramped up a bit, I think, but they do work. So that's one thing. Side note on that, because it's against the law for anyone under 18 to be present in the car when you're smoking, it's technically illegal for a 17-year-old driver to not smoke. And there's a nice little tidbit. Now, for those of you in the US, I have taken a look, and because the US is such a big country, there's actually a few unusual things going on there. Now, in the US, it's different state by state, and some states have brought in laws against the use of electronic devices when you drive. Now, they're very well written here in that it says electronic devices. The laws are actually brought in for mobile phones, for GPS, for those sorts of things. But this is an electronic device, and a little while ago there was actually someone in New York who got fined and penalized because they used their vape while driving, and it was cited as an electronic device. So for those of you in America, check your local laws, check your state laws, just to see where you stand, and if they've got anything in there that says electronic devices, be careful. Do what I said, recommend for us here in the UK. Use a mouth-on device when you're driving and don't impede your vision. Don't be messing around with your wattage when you're driving. Don't be filling up your EGs when you're driving. If you need to do that, pull over. Do it safely. When you're driving, you need to be in full control of the vehicle at all times. Here in the UK, we get the really insane weather. We've had a lot of snow recent. We get fog, we get rain, we get everything. So we know about driving in strange conditions, and you do need to be in control of your vehicle. That's it for this little video, a bit of information there about driving laws and vaping. Any questions, leave them below in the comments. Remember to like, share, follow, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, that's at @OnePurpleMongoose, that's the number 1, at @OnePurpleMongoose. And leave any questions that you have for any other videos that you'd like to see to do with vaping. I do daily vlogs, I do vaping reviews, and I do vaping information videos like this one. And for now, vape on.